and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, we are off and running on John's Route Achievement Badge, but it does seem to me today we don't have anyone else running this route who does not have this badge. There are no newbies here today. Oh, my microphone's off. No, it isn't. What do you mean my microphone's off? No, it isn't. Or are we doing the dodgy mic again? Look, we've got the rubbish mic. Oh, yes. Okay, bear with me. Okay, yeah, that's better, isn't it? This microphone is now on. Should be working better. Jeff Partridge says audio is pants. Sounds echoey, says Amy Green. Sarah Jacobson says it sounds better now. Better, Amy says yes. Okay, good. So I just had to unplug the microphone and plug it back in again. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Just seems to decide that it's not going to play ball. Anyway, we're here. So we've got Amy, Jeff, Sarah, Yoko, Heather and Nikki. All regular runners with the Film My Run Club. All regular runners on Zwift. Not in any way newbies by any stretch of the imagination, apart from Amy, who's never done any of these routes before. So Amy is the only one who will be getting this badge today, and in fact Amy won't be getting this badge because she's leaving early. So Amy will have to wait another 8 weeks or 16 weeks or whatever it is before we do this badge again. So Amy is the only new person who we don't really know Amy very well either. She keeps herself to herself. She's quiet, and only been on Zwift about a week, I think. If you're watching and you are new to Zwift, this is Bag That Badge. What we try and do with Bag That Badge, although it hasn't worked out today, is we try and invite new runners who we've never seen before or who rarely have been on Zwift, haven't been on Zwift very long. We try and get them to come and join Bag That Badge to get their route achievement badges. Now the problem with this route is it's quite long. It's about 13 kilometres. So if you're travelling at a sedate pace, it could take you an hour and a half, maybe even longer than that to do it, which is a long time to be on the treadmill, and new runners don't like to be on the treadmill that long, really. Heather says, I've been away for so long I feel new. Heather, it's fantastic to have you back running with us. We've all missed you. Oh, we do have one runner who's suddenly joined us a bit late, Messinger. Hello, Messinger. Good to have you with us. I shall just press my special button that tells people there's a live broadcast. Here we go, look. Pre-programmed messages. So I don't know if... I think I recognise the name Messinger, though. I think I've seen Messinger before. So I don't think they are new. Anyway, yeah, so what we do try and do is invite new runners to come and get their achievement badges. But we haven't got anyone new today at all. Everyone is a regular, and it's great to have you with us. Thank you very much for joining. Because if you hadn't come, I'd be on my own. And I'd be doing this by myself, with a small tear dripping down my right cheek in slow motion to violin music. So it is a good job that you lot are here. Thank you very much. But feel free, and I know you don't care, and you will, feel free to drop off whenever you like. If you want to stay to the very end, that's great. And also to anyone watching as well. You know, don't feel obliged to stay for the entire hour and 15 minutes or however long it's going to take us to do this run. But I am going to do the whole thing. So we have 12 kilometres left. We're just about coming up to the first kilometre. I will speed up a little bit now. But I know Amy's got to go after half an hour. Jeff Partridge is starving because he hasn't had any dinner yet. Nikki's goal is 10k. She said her goal was 10k with no stopping, but she's already had 2 stops. That's fine. So, that's the plan. Feel free to chat away in game or on YouTube. Sarah Jacobson, what are you planning today? 10k? 5k? The whole thing? Yoko, what's the plan? Right, so Sarah Jacobson's going to do 8 or 10k. Good stuff. Anthony Anderson has joined us on YouTube. Hello, Anthony. Anthony, we're just discussing the fact that we haven't got any newbies today. Normally, Bag That Badge, we do get quite a few new runners, or quite a few runners who are not regulars on Zwift and want to get their route achievement badges, but we've got no one today. There's just the regulars, which is fine. Oh, and apart from Amy, who's new. But other than that, how are you, Anthony? You alright? Yoko's going to do the full 13 with us. That's good stuff, Yoko. Great work. Right, I am going up to 9 now for the next... I'm going to do 9 for the next 2 kilometres. It's really hot, says Amy already. Sarah Jacobs says, I feel, Amy, that you are not that new. She is. She's new. She doesn't know anything. She's been on Zwift about a week. I think she's done about 10k in total on Zwift. And she hasn't got any of the Route Achievement Badges. So we need to look after Amy. There you go, you see, I know nothing. I know nothing! Oh, Sarah Jacobson won't get that reference, of course. Very British reference. I know nothing! It's a John Cleese reference, Sarah Jacobson. I suppose Fawlty Towers has been shown in America. It is one of those... Fawlty Towers is one of those sitcoms that, in some ways, it is timeless and still funny in loads of ways. It's an amazing sitcom. But in other ways, some other ways, it has dated, particularly in its slightly racist overtones. Anthony says, yes, all okay here. Ran outside this morning, quite humid, but a good run out. Right, now I can't work out whether Sarah Jacobson hasn't got the joke or not. She says, wait, are there 2 Amy Greens? Right, so Sarah, Amy, every time we do bag that badge, don't be confused, I'm going to explain it to you now. Every time we do bag that badge, I ask the question to all the new runners. I say, is there anyone who hasn't got this badge? Who are we trying to get through here? Who are we helping out to try and get this badge? And, occasionally 1 or 2 people say, I haven't got it, or I have got it, or whatever. And Amy, without fail, will say, I don't think I've got this badge. And early on in this saga, I couldn't work out whether she was being serious or not. And I couldn't believe that Amy had been on Zwift so long and yet hadn't got any of these achievement badges. Now, as time has gone on, I've realised that Amy just is a little bit of a tinker and is pulling my leg. And she's got all the achievement badges, but she just comes on every single time and says, no, I haven't got this one. So now we play along, you see. And it's hilarious to all of us to pretend that Amy is a new runner who's never been on Zwift before, because that's funny. Because we're funny. See, I don't know what you mean, she says. Sarah Jacobson says, there was a time I ran the 15-kilometre badge route in New York and completely forgotten that. Yeah, well, I think I remember that. I think I was there. And you ran it with me and you were saying all the way through you didn't think you'd got it, and then it turned out that you had right at the end. Okay, we're approaching 2 kilometres. Already? Approaching 2 kilometres already, look at that. Sarah says, at least I got a good long run in. Yeah. Although, I mean, 15 kilometres, you could have made it up to 16 to do the full 10 miles. Lazy, that is. Yoko is up to 2k, Sarah Jacobson's up to 2k, Amy Green's on 2.2, Jeff Partridge is just behind, and I've got about 150 metres to go. But I think I'll stay at this pace for a little bit longer. I'm quite enjoying 9 kph. The only problem with doing like a really comfortable pace is that it just takes longer to get the run done. So say, you know, if you're in a rush and or you're really starving and you want to go and have your dinner, or there's something on TV that you want to watch, it's good to get the run done quick. But that hurts more, doesn't it? It's more effort. I love 80-20 running because most of the time I can just chill out in zones 1 or 2. Heart rate zones 1 or 2. There we are, 2k up. We'll stay at this pace for the time being. I'll speed up. I might even go to 9.5, you know. I'm feeling that lazy and tired tonight. I might just creep up to 9.5 with 10k to go. We'll see. We'll see. Anthony's suggesting it might be the holidays that mean that we haven't got any new runners. Partridge says, steady on Cousins, you don't want to overdo it. Well, exactly. I want to keep it nice and easy because I don't want to get injured. And I've got 2 massive races coming up in the next 6 weeks. Is it 6 weeks? Hang on, how long have we got to go? 6 or 7 weeks. Yeah. North Downs Way 100 is in about 3 weeks. And then another another 4 weeks after that, isn't it? Before, or 3.5, I don't know, something like that. 3 weeks until Chamonix. Early warning about Chamonix, by the way. We are going for 2 weeks this year. So, the last 2 weeks in August, there will be no live stream Zwifting. Because we are in Chamonix. I'll be in Chamonix for 2 weeks this year. Sarah Jacobson, we must definitely set that up. We should try and set it up so that you can run it from home, ideally, so that you don't need to rely on me to be running Zwift. Nikki, we are going for essentially going for a holiday because quite often we'll go to Chamonix in France just for the week, and it's the week of the UTMB Trail Running Festival, and it's really busy and we're concentrating on running, whereas the week before we are going to spend just doing family stuff, but also, I guess, getting acclimatized to the altitude as well, so that maybe will help with my run if I am acclimatized to the altitude a bit better. We'll just have to see. Amy Green is going on holiday the first 2 weeks of August, so she won't be around then. Family holiday, which she's really looking forward to. That's going to be awesome. Where are you going, Amy? We'll have an absolute blast. I'm so looking forward to it, Nikki. It's going to be great. We're going to do walking in the mountains with the kids. All sorts of stuff. Right, I can't see anyone now. Heather and Nikki are 22 seconds behind. Sarah Jacobson is about 50 seconds ahead. So it looks like I'm completely on my own. I can just see Heather in the background, but I can't see Sarah up ahead at all. Right, Jeff Partridge. I ignored Jeff Partridge's comment. What was your comment? We need to go out for dinner in Sham after my race and before yours Thursday night. Yeah, of course. Why would we not do that? Definitely. But right here, okay. Now, I don't know if this will make you want to finish or not. We go out for dinner as a celebration of you completing TDS. So if you don't finish, we're not going out for dinner. That's it. It's done. So you have to finish. And then Victoria will pay for dinner. Yeah, exactly. Right, Jeff's just said, if I finish, you pay. Well, Victoria will pay. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy with that. Bulgaria is a fabulous choice for holiday. Amazing. Amy, that's where Amy's going. Amy's going on holiday to Bulgaria at the beginning of August. That'll be absolutely awesome. Right. You can take that up with Victoria, Jeff. Depends what wine you order, I suppose, doesn't it? Sarah Jacobson says, no holiday trips on the horizon for me, unfortunately. Jeff, we should talk about going on holiday, and Amy, we should talk about going on holiday as much as possible now, just to really dig in the knife into Sarah. Okay, alright, apparently Jeff doesn't drink cheap rubbish wine, so it will be $100 bottles of wine all the way, €100 bottles of wine. It's going to be an expensive night for Victoria. Mind you, Victoria will be cheering herself on as well, because she will have finished OCC. So Thursday night actually will be a great night to do it, because you will have finished TDS, Jeff, and Victoria will have finished OCC. Right, I'm going up to 9.5 now. Slight increase in speed. Yeah, I think you will. So will my friend Richard as well. Richard is doing TDS, and I think they're travelling back before I finish UTMB. Anthony says, my friends have a barn conversion in the Alps, and we often go out there for 3 to 4 weeks for running and relaxation. That sounds absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I wish we had a barn conversion in the Alps. Nikki has just turned the fan on to full speed after 3 kilometres of running. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, welcome along. This is Bag That Badge. Now, I know it looks like I'm running on my own, and I kind of am, because I've chosen a stupid strategy, which is to start slow and then speed up a bit, which means that I've kind of left a couple of people behind. So Nikki and Heather are a little bit behind, but everyone else has gone off at a sensible speed, and they're all ahead of me. So I think we're all, apart from Nikki and Heather, who are very close together, I think everyone else is quite spread out. But we are all joined together on the live stream, so that's good. Normally, I've said this 3 times already, but I'm going to say it again, just in case new people are watching. Normally, we have quite a few runners who are not regulars, new runners who are trying to get their achievement badges. But we haven't got anyone today. All the runners who are joining me today are regular Zwifters who we know and love. Oh, Heather's speeded on ahead. So Nikki's chilling out now. Heather's going for it. Heather's, because she hasn't been able to run for ages, she's got a spring in her step and she's off. Obviously, when I said that, I was excluding you and Jeff. We love you all. I love you all apart from, obviously, Jeff and Sarah. Right, we're 3.5k in, and 9.3k to go. Definitely good to have Heather back. We missed Heather. Sarah, how are you feeling at the moment about your running? I notice you have joined us a few more times recently. Are you feeling a little bit more positive? Tina Beard is back from club. What did you do tonight, Tina? What was the session? I keep meaning to go to running club on Tuesday night, and I think I'm going to try and go to club on next Tuesday, because I haven't been to club for ages, and Victoria keeps nicking my sessions. That's good to hear. All right, Sarah says she's getting there. What she's doing is deliberately running slower. So she feels like she's not working that hard, and that has been helping. Yeah, taking it week by week. Run, baby, run. Mile by mile. Nice one. Just keep it going. Yeah, so Victoria keeps nicking my sessions at club. We have had... I'm going to speak quietly, because I don't want anyone else to hear. We have had quite the upheaval in our running club recently. Well, as of like last night. There was a meeting of our club last night, and words were said, and people were upset. Yeah, it was drama. These things happen from time to time. I remember about 12 years ago, there was a big turnover at our club of members, and we basically kicked out the old chairman of the club and quite a few old members who were kind of dragging the club down, and we basically got rid of we were the aggressors, and we got rid of them. We got a new chairman in, and well, that was the coup 12 years ago. Since then, everything's been kind of ticking along a bit, but in the past year or two, we've had new members join. Well, maybe a bit more than 2 years, 2 or 3 years. We've had some newer members join, and I'm one of the old guard now. And so I'm not really part of this new... I am a little bit, but because I can understand a little bit of the arguments and the frustrations that the newer members are feeling. But of course, I've got feet in both camps because I'm friends and I know the older people who I've been in the club with for the last 10 years or so. So I know them and I've got a kind of relationship with them. But I also get on really well with the new guys and the young guys, and really enjoy spending time with the newer runners. But there was a bit of a to-do last night on a Zoom call where some people were rather aggressive in their vocalisation of their frustrations, and some other members were rather upset. So, yeah, gotta love running club politics, says Jeff. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It is, Sarah Jacobson, it is absolutely because I like to believe I'm still cool and I hang around with the cool new guys. There's no denying it. That is what it is. That is what it is. I want to be seen. I still want to be seen as young and cool. So I hang around with and make friends with all the new people. But the other hilarious thing is that they've all got their, like, we've got a WhatsApp group for all of the running club where we share information and we chat and stuff. But then a lot of the new runners, they've got their own WhatsApp group, and I'm not in it. So often there'll be like group runs going out in the week or on a Sunday morning or something like that. There'll be a big run goes out here in Worthing along the seafront or something, and I don't know anything about it. But I find out, and I go, "Oh, can I come? Can I come on the run?" And they're all like, "Oh, God, if you have to, all right." So Sarah Jacobson says, "So are you feeling left out?" A little bit, sometimes. Sometimes I do feel a little bit like, why can't I be in that WhatsApp group? Why don't they invite me? Because I'm cool. I'm young and cool. Why can't I be in their WhatsApp group? But they're all like, they're younger. And, they don't want some old 50-year-old bloke in their WhatsApp group. I quite understand that. Splitters, says Jeff Parker. Heather says, was it like the Bridget Jones Diary fight scene? Not quite so much, because it was on Zoom, so it wasn't quite a fight scene. But it was... I stayed out of it, and it was very uncomfortable listening. It has to be said. Tina Beard says, "What? So you're not popular then?" Now, how do I answer that? Well, probably not then. What, was that Amy going? Oh no, Amy says, "Well done so far, everyone." I think she's carrying on. I don't think she's stopping just yet. Or maybe she is, I don't know. Amy, are you stopping now then? Is that you done? Oh yeah, half an hour. She said she only had half an hour, didn't she? Of course. Well done, Amy. Thank you for joining. Amy says, "Great running so far, everyone. See you soon." Thank you, Amy. Bless her. The new runners, they can't stay long, can they? They can't stay the distance, you see. Amy's done half an hour, but she just, can't hack it. These new runners need to sort themselves out. Heather says, maybe they haven't invited you to the WhatsApp group because they've already seen the shower scene in your videos. It could be that. But my feeling is that if they had seen the shower scene, they'd really want to invite me. Maybe the reason that I haven't been invited to the WhatsApp group is because they haven't seen the shower scene. They don't know how cool I am. They don't know how funny I am. See, if they saw the shower scene, I'd be right. There'd be an invite in my inbox to that WhatsApp group immediately. You know it's true. Right, do I dare to go up to 10 kph at 5k in with just under 8k to go? I think I probably should, shouldn't I? Tina says, "Stephen, you are so deluded." Yeah, but we've all got to be a little bit deluded in our lives, haven't we? It makes life better. If we weren't deluded, we'd be depressed all the time, wouldn't we? Realism is so rubbish. Realism just drags you down. You've got to be deluded. It's a much happier life. Right, Sarah Jacobson says they were turned off by the tent erections. Well, who doesn't love a good tent erection, eh? Come on. I was an expert at tent erections at the end of that week. An absolute expert. I could pump air into those ribs faster than any other member of that team. Those tents were up in no time. Jeff Partridge thinks I'm thinking of a different WhatsApp group. Sarah Jacobson doesn't think that me being able to pump up a tent in record time is something I should necessarily brag about. Look, if I can't brag about my tent erections, what can I brag about? I've got nothing else. Literally nothing else. Okay, 5 kilometres done, 7.7 to go. In Bag That Badge, I am going up to 10 kph now. So we're slowly going to start catching Sarah Jacobson. But we're not going to catch Jeff Partridge or Yoko, who are steaming ahead. Jeff is 3 minutes ahead. Yoko is 2.5 minutes ahead. Sarah Jacobson has fallen off the treadmill, so I'll be catching her very soon. Right, Sarah? Haven't twisted your ankle or anything? No? Come on, get back on the horse. Get going. Hello, Victoria. Victoria has just arrived back from a very important school meeting. Or a school workshop about Mandarin. My son Ellis is studying Mandarin. Not the fruit Mandarin, the language Mandarin. Oh, and apparently, according to this workshop that Victoria has been to today, Ellis may well be getting to go to China next year. I think Nikki is off, are you? Somebody's off, hang on a minute. Oh no, Heather's off. Right, see you later, Heather, take care. Thanks for popping by, Heather. 13k, so I've got 7.5 to go. I haven't cooked Elsa's dinner. I haven't organised anything for Elsa's dinner. She disappeared literally the moment we got home. She said, my friend is coming round and we're going to the shops. And then she disappeared before I'd even mentioned dinner. And I haven't seen her since. Apparently Victoria had told me that I am responsible for feeding Elsa, but I can't feed my daughter if she's not here, can I? What was I expected to do? Stuff food in her mouth as she walks out the door with her friend? Sarah Jacobson now says I failed in my responsibilities. She says you failed all your responsibilities. Not all of them. One of my responsibilities was to come here, run on this treadmill and entertain you lot. And I have not failed in that, because you cannot argue that this is not entertainment. Good, wholesome family entertainment. You are being entertained. That is one of my responsibilities fulfilled. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Chinese dumpling. What's a Chinese dumpling? So Victoria tonight went to this workshop at my son's school to talk about Mandarin, and they fed everyone loads of Chinese food. And tonight Victoria had her first Chinese dumpling. What is it made of? Is it like a Yorkshire pudding? No. Is it more doughy than that? Right, Sarah Jacobson is questioning whether I'm being entertaining. She says, do I look like I'm being entertained? That's what she said. Yes, Sarah, you do look like you're being entertained. If you make it to 10k, that means you've been entertained. And don't you deliberately log off at 8k just to annoy me. Because that's just the kind of despicable thing you would do. I'm watching. Oh, oh no. She says I do actually have to leave at 8k because I have to get back to work. Oh well. An effective break. Yes, alright, so is that a buzzword? Effective break. The buzz phrase. The buzz phrase in business. Victoria did the Film My Run 500 with me this morning when she's supposed to be at work. But she's telling me that it is an effective break, apparently, as a buzzword in business. So I imagine that Sarah Jacobson is currently taking an effective break. Right, Victoria, Jeff Partridge says that I had better explain the dinner deal that I have just agreed with him. So, Jeff suggested that we all go out for dinner on Thursday night. And I said, that'll be... Thursday night, in Chamonix. When we're out in Chamonix. The Thursday of our second week there. So the day before I start UTMB. No, you'll be finished by then. I think so, won't you? You run on Wednesday, so you'll be finished late Wednesday night. Yeah. So, anyway. I'm talking to you, aren't I? Yeah. So I said to Jeff, that'll be great. It'll be perfect because it'll be a celebration of Jeff completing TDS and you completing OCC. So it'd be nice to go out for a celebration meal. But then something came over me and I said, Jeff, if you finish TDS, Victoria will buy you dinner. She's not smiling. Right, Victoria now counters that with, if she finishes OCC, who's buying her dinner? Maybe Jeff? Jeff can buy your dinner as a prize for you finishing OCC, and you can buy Jeff's dinner as a prize for him finishing TDS. And that way, I feel like I have bought dinner for both of you as a celebration. Heather says, I can't believe I coped without this entertainment for 3 months. Do you hear that, Sarah Jacobson? Heather says, I cannot believe that I coped without this entertainment for 3 months. There you go. Right. Well, there may be a problem there. Victoria says, Jeff, she will happily buy you dinner for completing TDS. However, because of the Chamonix prices, dinner will be McDonald's. Yeah, or coffee at Moody's. The problem is, though, Victoria, that Jeff did say he does like fine wines. So we're thinking about €100 per bottle. Jeff won't be happy with anything cheaper than that. Oh, really? Victoria thinks we won't find anything that cheap in Chamonix. Right. Oh, no. Jeff's upping the ante now. He says no. He says not just me. He says the whole Partridge family, including wine. Victoria says, okay, she's going to be putting the house on the market tomorrow to afford that. Jeff's now knocked it down a bit. He said, okay, you can buy me a free coffee at Moody's. Yeah, this is the thing, you see. When we go... By the way, for those that don't know, Moody's Cafe is a lovely cafe in Chamonix that we often go to for coffee. But they do, early in the morning, amazingly, they do give you free coffee. But Victoria always feels guilty and buys cake as well. Anthony reckons I got out of that easily. Just back to Sarah Jacobson not thinking she's being entertained. and Heather saying she is being entertained. Apparently Heather is being entertained by Sarah, not me. You lot are rotten to me. I don't have to come here and do this, you know. I don't have to come out... Well, I do actually, because I wouldn't get paid. But I don't have to come out here. I could sit on the sofa and watch TV, you know. There's a load of good stuff on Netflix. Have you seen the running documentaries on Netflix? I could be watching loads. I could be watching Alex Honnold climbing the face of... oh, can't remember what it is now. In Yosemite Park, anyway. Sarah Jacobson says, you could never stay away. I suppose you're right. Annoying as it is. El Capitan, that's it. Yeah, I could be watching Alex Honnold climbing El Capitan. Tina Beard says, you love it. You love it, and you know you do. Right, Victoria, having now sat on the sofa for 15 minutes, irritating me with her chat, finally is now going to actually go and do her duty as a mother and feed her daughter. What has she been doing? Seriously, the poor child is in there starving, and Victoria's sitting on the sofa chatting to me. Sarah Jacobs says, don't even go there, Stephen. Shut your mouth right now and just get on with running. Don't look at Victoria. Victoria is giving you eyes. Do not look at her. She's angry. You will be beaten when you get inside the house. Don't look. Don't move your eyes left. It's a scary look. It is one that nobody wants to be faced with. Jeff Partridge would run a mile. Let me tell you that now. Coming up to 7 kilometres done. We are at 10 kph now. There's Sarah in the blue top. I am slowly reeling Sarah in. She's 4 seconds ahead, but I'm not going to catch up to Yoko and Jeff, who are steaming ahead. Jeff Partridge is now nearly 4 minutes ahead. He's nearly at 8 kilometres and I'm only just at 7. Paul Hayward is late. Hello, Paul. He says, hello, everyone. I've just bagged an outside run in between the rain showers. Oh, yes, The Dawn Wall is another good one on Netflix about climbing. Really good film, that. If you've not seen The Dawn Wall, go and watch that. I've seen it a couple of times. Amazing film. So that's Jeff saying that. Anthony says, how did that guy from Worthing get on in his run? I saw that he'd been robbed. Okay, so this is a guy from Worthing whose name has suddenly escaped me, who is running the entire length of Africa, from South Africa all the way up to Tunisia, I think, or Morocco. He is currently, I think, in Angola, on his way up the eastern coast of Africa. And yeah, he has been robbed. They had a lot of camera equipment stolen from the van. But they're still going, I think. Still going. He's got a long way to go. Okay, so Sarah Jacobson's going to stop at 8k. Nikki is going to stop at 8k. Good for you guys. Keep it going. Well done. Awesome work. Now we have just over 5k left to go. Sarah really does have to go back to work. She can't even stay secretly on the live stream to antagonise me. She genuinely has to leave. So we only have 600 metres left of Sarah Jacobson. Sarah, say something inspiring to leave us with. That'll keep her quiet for the next 2 minutes. Anthony, have a good time. He's off for some dinner. He says, have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you, Anthony. We'll see you later. There's 7.5k done. Right, that's not inspiring, Sarah. That's just mean and cruel and hurtful. Oh, I believe... No, Jeff Partridge, I believe in you. Jeff, I trust you will take up the mantle to make Stephen cry. The last time Jeff made me cry, it was not a pretty sight. Yes, it probably was last week, Nikki. It doesn't take much to make me cry. Just a harsh word from Jeff. Bye all. Great company, says Heather. Well done, everyone. Thank you, Heather. Tina is going to keep up the abuse as well, and now it's raining in Watopia. So Sarah Jacobson is leaving. Nikki is leaving. Jeff Partridge and Tina Beard are still here to cause me trouble and strife. With 5 kilometres left to run. Yeah, the rain is essentially mimicking my tears after all the abuse I'm suffering here. So we've got half an hour to go, basically, at this pace. In all seriousness, well done, Sarah. Good job. That's a decent 8 kilometres in the bag today. And you can go to work feeling satisfied with your work this evening or this afternoon where you are. 8 kilometres in the bag for the day for Sarah. She says, thanks for the company, everyone. Sarah is going to work. I think we will probably be on tomorrow. By the way, it is only Thursday, so we have another day before the weekend. So Friday, we will probably do the ZLDR recovery hour. I think that's 5:30 UK time tomorrow. So I think we'll do that. And we are 8 kilometres in to bag that badge for a Thursday evening. Heart rate in zone 2. Just drop a couple of ride-ons. Tina, I don't know if you told me earlier, what was the session? Was it just a long run at club today? Tina says, I'm quite pleased to have run 13 kilometres today in all. I've not done that in a long time. That is a decent distance for the day, Tina. Well done. Good work. Nikki says, good job, Tina. Paul says, well done, Tina. So 8.5 kilometres done, 4.3 kilometres to go. Just coming up to 55 minutes run. Nikki is off. Thanks for joining, Nikki. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Well, I believe Nikki's stopping at 8. Is that right, Nikki? Okay, 12 minutes, 30 seconds left, she says. Okay. Right, Tina says no. She ran to the club. She ran to Run Club and back, and with a training session to help our captain get his run leader status in the middle. Very nice. Oh, I see. Okay. You're talking in miles, not kilometres. Is that right? Okay, so Nikki's done 4.5 miles, so yeah, she's going to leave it. So that's 8 miles you're going to do. We think, okay, I've got the wrong end of the stick, I'm working in kilometres. Jeff Partridge says, I had to laugh today. He says, we've been told that we've got to let people go at work to pay for our below inflation pay rise. So essentially, we're all going to end up working more for less pay in real terms. Yeah, well, that's management for you. That's how they work it, isn't it? So they're paying people more, but you're working more hours, and essentially they're not increasing their wage outgoings at all, are they? They're just keeping them the same, just paying fewer people slightly more money. Right, Jeff Partridge is approaching 10k now. Yoko's at 9.5k. I am nearly at 9k. Yeah, Paul Hayward says, yeah, I've been there, Jeff. Jeff says, that's certainly public sector for you. Yeah. Although, to be honest, Jeff, that's probably what the private sector would do as well. Yeah. Right, 9k in, 3.7 to go. Sitting in zone 2. I haven't played this video for a while. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. I haven't played that for ages, have I? I'd forgotten what that was like. My hair is so short in that video. Right, we're coming up to the hour, so we'll have done 9.5k in the hour. I think what I might do, just for fun, is we might do the last 3k speeding up. So we'll do 11, 12 and 13 for the last 3k. Seeing as I'm on my own, I'm not dragging anybody with me, so I can do what I like. So we'll do a little progressive. Once we get to 3 kilometers to go, we'll do a little progressive for the last 3k. Actually, no, we'll do the last 2.7k because it'll mess up the stats if I do it with 3k to go. So when I hit 10k, then we'll go up to 11. When we hit 12k, it will go up to 12. No, hang on a minute. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to speed up, No, wouldn't want to mess up the stats. I'm just going to speed up. When I get to 10k, I'm going to speed up. And then a kilometre after that, I'll speed up again. Paul says, I like it when Stephen adds a little bit of spice to his runs and mixes it up. Well, you know, it's gone a little quiet now we're approaching the end of the run. People are just concentrating on getting the work done, aren't they? So let's just have a little bit of fun. Nikki, I hope you're all right to finish on your own, because I will wait for you if you want me to, Nikki. I'm not bothered about waiting for you, so I can if you like. Right, let's go up to 11 kph now for 1 kilometre. Right, Nikki is all good. She is quite happy. Thank you, Nikki. Well done, keep it going. So Nikki's on nearly 9.5k now. I'm on 10k with 2.7 to go. And we're just gonna do these last 2.5k with a little bit of progression. First little sip of drink of the run. It's 24.6 degrees in here, so it's quite warm, and I haven't got a fan on yet. In fact, I probably won't put the fan on. Good heat training. Nikki has done 5.25 miles. Well done, Nikki, good work. Well, yeah, it's hardly spice, Jeff, I know, but, you know, it's something. So 2 kilometres to go of Bag That Badge on this Thursday evening here in the UK. Live on Zwift, live on the Zwift Run channel. We are on the run path on the beach in Watopia. And in the words of a famous British YouTuber, we are getting this run done. Hello, Amy. We're not far away now, Amy. Nearly done. Jeff Partridge has 700 metres to go. Yoko has 1 kilometre left. Nikki has 2.5 kilometres left to run. There we go, up to 12 kph now. So 5 minutes at this pace. Wow, okay, so Amy ran to pick up her daughter Sophie. She says, I ran my fastest mile outside in a long time. Probably because it was all downhill. But you know what, it felt okay, she says. Better than when I normally go outside and run, I think because I was warmed up. Having done that bit of bag that badge, well done Amy, fantastic. 1 mile to go here. We've been running for 1 hour and 10 minutes now, just about. Well done, Jeff. Thanks for joining. See you later. No. What? That's not, I said well done, Jeff, not WhatsApp, Jeff. Stupid voice to text. Right, heart rate now gone into zone 3, as we're pushing it a little bit more now. Wanda Archer, thanks for the ride on Wanda. Yeah, maybe it was fate that made me say WhatsApp instead of well done. It doesn't even sound like WhatsApp. Well done, Jeff. Does not sound like WhatsApp, Jeff. Kilometre to go. Jeff's got about 300 meters. Oh no, Jeff's done. Yoko's got 200 meters left to run. Well done, Yoko. Fantastic running today. Okay, here we go. We're going to speed up to 13 now for the final 700 metres. Jeff says, right then, shower, lasagna, and a glass or three of Shiraz. See you all next time. Tina says, bye, Jeff. See you, Jeff. Take care. So we've got about 4 minutes left of running. There's 12.5k, 200 metres, 300 metres to go. Yeah, we don't often run more than an hour, Tina, do we, these days? We should do some more half marathons and marathons and get that music going all the way around its playlist. Right, let's take it to the full 13 kilometres. Why not? Let's do another 200 metres. Yoko went to 200. Yoko went to 13 kilometres, so we'll do the same. Thank you, Yoko. She says, appreciate you and all. Thank you, Yoko, appreciate it.
Nice!
Paul says Tina's getting a treat tonight listening to the music for this long in. We're done. 13 kilometres done, bagged that badge done. Lovely to run with all the regulars, a lot of the regulars anyway today. Nice to have them with us, and if they hadn't turned up I'd be on my own running back that badge because there were no new runners tonight. No one fancied 13 kilometres on the run path. That probably suggests that most people have this badge, doesn't it? I think. Right. Amy says, brilliant running, guys. Paul Hayward says, I like this track. Hang on. Oh, yes, I like this one as well. Good stuff. That dancing. Right, we are off. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. We're going to do the ZLDR recovery hour tomorrow.
It's so easy to get sick.
That's what we want. Right, ZLDR recovery hour, there it is. So there's only 4 people running at the moment, but we'll put our names down for that. Well, I'll put my name down for that, not the royal we, are we? There we go. Much as I would like to wish I was royal, or high status, high class. Right, there we go. So Ocean Boulevard tomorrow, the ZLDR recovery hour, that's what we will be doing tomorrow. Amy says, see you tomorrow. Paul Hayward says, let's get those disco lights on. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? Maybe tomorrow we'll put the disco lights on, shall we? Just for fun, because I don't do it often. Yeah, we'll put the disco lights on tomorrow, like Amy used to have as well when we did the video 5K. Oh, we should do another video 5K sometime, shouldn't we? Okay, that is it. I am going to go. I'm going to go and have some dinner and have a shower. And we'll see you tomorrow for the ZLDR recovery hour at 5:30 UK time. Take care.